Women want men to be in provide mode. But when we criticize, which is a form of emasculation, a man will retract from providing to protect. And if it's a direct attack, like on your character, you're just like your father. Now he's protecting himself. And that's what brings out the worst in men.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at what happens when men choose security. Don't forget to drop a comment and let's jump right into it.
But the moment that man stops paying for you is the moment he stops liking you. Let's talk about it. It was like weekend 2 of this guy and I hanging out, and I will never forget, we are in the line of Chick-fil-A and he like lets me order first, but he's like keeping the distance, so I just pulled out my debit card and paid for my meal. And that's when I realized that the energy had shifted. Prior to that, he was paying for all of our meals, he was pursuing me, he was like trying to impress me and date me.
That's because he lost interest. There was no point in paying for her anymore. It's that simple.
In that moment of me paying for my Chick-fil-A, I felt like his homie.
The fact that so many women put their self-worth into how much a man can spend on them is absolutely crazy. Plus, she's 2 weeks into a relationship where she acknowledges that he's paid for everything up until these 2 weeks. So why is it that she's so selfish she can't pay for his meal? Maybe he's trying to gauge and see if, maybe she can hold him up at some point in the relationship.
Too many modern women are completely obsessed with money, just so long as it's not actually theirs. They just want other people to use their money on them.
Or he wants to know, like, hey, if I make you my wife one day and maybe I lose my job or I get injured on the job and I'm out of work for a long period of time, are you going to be able to step up financially and take care of me the same way that I've been taking care of you? And I am sorry, but it is literal prostitution if you are gauging how much somebody loves you based on how much they're buying you. They are buying your love, and you don't think that's some form of an escort service. Make it make sense. And I can almost guarantee that she missed out on a really great guy because she's too focused on what he's spending. It's only 2 weeks in and she gave up too fast because she's only looking for his money and not for who he is as a person.
It's actually tragic how in a lot of modern day relationships, loyalty is measured by earning power. It makes absolutely no sense.
So for all the men out there who are like, oh, women don't want to chase us anymore because they're all boss babe in their way through life and they're financially independent. Most of us are broke as fuck. Most women like myself are struggling financially in this economy. Half of my wage goes towards rent. And despite this, many women still don't want to find a man. Not because they're thriving. I'm certainly not thriving. I'm fucking flirting with financial ruin. But would rather be broke and alone than with you going 50-50, putting up with your bullshit and giving us the bare minimum. We are over it.
It's her choice to live on the brink of financial ruin. Men don't have any reason to actually care. That's something these women fail to understand, is that men are not incentivized to give a damn at all.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women require a man to meet their financial needs, but they can't meet a man's needs, and his needs are actually free. He wants you to be loving, respectful, caring, kind, loyal, show some affection. Actually initiate sex here and there, show him that you want him, know how to say I'm sorry, take some accountability, listen whenever he speaks. And you can't do any of these free things, but you expect for that man to provide your lifestyle.
I've been saying this on the channel for a very long time, but men are really not that complicated. But a man's needs are often seen as a major inconvenience or oppressive or something like that.
Take care of your friends whenever y'all all go out and about, because that seems to be a new thing going around. Make sure that you are taken care of. Your hair's done, your nails done, you got a new car, your rent paid, all your bills is handled. But you can't meet any of his needs, and his needs are actually free. Really? When I say that shit out loud, don't it sound silly?
Modern women made it very clear that a man's needs are less important than her delusional wants.
There's women out there that will walk away from a good man talking about, oh, he wanted to go half on rent. He wanted to go half on
facts.
Like you know how fatuous and inane that is to say he wanted to go half. First of all, you are responsible for 100% of your life as an adult. 100% of your problems, 100% of your bills, 100% of your stress, and you mean to tell me you had a man right there like, I'll take half of that from you. And you was like, that ain't good enough.
Right.
I want you to take it all. I don't want to have no responsibility as an adult. And that is financial abuse, and that is feminine manipulation and abuse. So then, fellas, you need to walk away.
It's not asking too much for modern women to be functioning adults, but of course you can't tell them that, or else you'll just be dragged across the internet or something else for it.
Okay, girls, we do not want to date a man in finance. I can explain. If it's for their money, finance does not pay well as an industry besides very few companies and very specific roles. Like someone who's in wealth management is gonna make a way different who's like a quantitative trader. Even some of the top firms like Goldman Sachs, they do not pay their people very well. They're going to have a really bad work-life balance, meaning they're always going to be working and emotionally not available for you. This is not everybody, but these are just common things I've noticed. Also find that they really try hard to keep up with this like finance bro lifestyle. So whether it's going out, spending a lot of money on fancy things, which all means like less time for you and less, gifts for you.
Even when she tries to explain the financial industry, she still has to bash those very same men here.
I often find that their coworkers and friends attract other like toxic male finance bros, even if your partner or your person is not like that. They tend not to have real hobbies besides going out and drinking, so take that what you want. So I personally think the tech and software engineering product manager bros are better. I mean, there's always icky ones everywhere. They have great pay, great work-life balance. They also have stocks and more time for normal hobbies, wholesome hobbies. I also find that their hobbies tend to be traveling and nice restaurants, Michelin star restaurants, and these are experiences you can have together. Don't get me wrong, there are toxic tech bros too, but I think as a whole, it is much better than the finance Wall Street boys. Thoughts? Let me know.
She's pretty much teaching women how to find men that they can use for their own benefit. I want you guys to notice how these discussions don't ever actually revolve around what the women bring to the table or what men might be interested in. It's all about what they can get from men.
You know what I've noticed? Women do not want providers for real. They want immature men with money. They want men who base their status off of how much money they have in their wallets. They want men who lead with their wallets. They do not want a man to genuinely be a provider in their lives. Because let's think about it. When we go onto social media now, we talk to any of the young girls now, what they talking about? He got to have some money. He got to have some bread. He got to pay for this. He got to do my nails. He got to do my hair. I'm not going on the first date unless he dropped $200, $300, $400, $5 million on me.
There is no point in leading with your wallet as a man. Nothing good ever comes from it. You will just be completely used by modern day women.
There's nothing said about character. There's nothing said about integrity. There's nothing said about ambition. There's nothing said about goals. It's just how much money does he have? And the men who lead with their wallets are typically the men who have nothing going for themselves because they reel you in financially. They know that that is the most attractive thing about them. And because they know that's what they can offer, and you guys have made it abundantly clear that that's the only thing that you're looking for, they're winning. They're going to always come out on top.
Even if a modern day woman gets a guy with money, she still won't be able to respect him at all. A lot of the guys who are providers just kind of get cheated on or treated like trash anyway.
And then when you're in that relationship, because a lot of y'all are lover girls at heart, like let's call it what it is. You want to listen to the Shara Sevens and all of this, and you want to be a gold digger and a sugar baby, and you only with a man for money, but that's not really who you are. You want the relationship. You want the love. You want the commitment, right? You want the reassurance. You want the emotional connection. But see, when you don't get that, you're mad. Men are this and men are that. No, baby. You wanted the nigga with some money. Right? You don't feel safe with them. You don't feel secure with them. You don't feel like you can actually build a future with them.
Those types of women are not actually looking for a good man. What they're looking for is some sort of a retirement plan, somebody to pay their bills so that they don't have to worry about anything, maybe some guy to rob in the future.
Because again, they know you have taught them, and like I said a million times, if y'all want men to be different, you have to be different. And what happens is women in general, or women in this category at least, has taught men exactly what they want, exactly what they need. So they don't have the need to build character or integrity or any of the other moral things that would be really important, like in a person that you're going to spend your life with, right? Or in a person that you're going to at least invest in for some period of time. So you get the lame nigga with money and stick with that. Don't complain about that, because that's what y'all said that y'all wanted.
There's a reason why the saying, "Be careful what you wish for," exists.
When you grow and expand your mind, and develop and put time into yourself and your train of thought and get off of social media and stop listening to all these bitter women on social media who are either trying to get your money or they themselves have not been able to attain the love that they wanted, and so now they flipping the script. When you actually invest that time, you will find a man who will give you his last. You will find that generous man. You will find a kind man. But you have to be the woman that is deserving of that. And the woman who's deserving of that is not looking for lame men who lead with their wallet.
It is too late for a lot of these women. They are not capable of being able to learn and grow as people. And that's the sad truth of it.
Women want men to be in provide mode. But when we criticize, which is a form of emasculation, a man will retract from providing to protect. And if it's a direct attack, like on your character, you're just like your father. Now he's protecting himself. And that's what brings out the worst in men, when they're protecting themselves, because it overrides their compelling desire to protect others.
Believe it or not, emasculation and shaming are not the keys to a man's heart. That is just common knowledge. If you try and go down this route, what's going to happen is you're just going to push men further away from you.
They're the smallest version of themselves, and they're protecting themselves. And they could shut down, right? They could withdraw, or they could attack. And women cause men to attack, and then we think that's who men are. Women cause men to withdraw, and we think, oh, you ghosted me, right? We have all these accusations after we've caused it.
It is actually truly sad to see good men being broken down by bitter wives. I don't think any man really deserves to live like that.
Like, you really just should have paid for all of our food.
For one, I'm not paying for everybody's food. It's your birthday, cool, but I'm not doing that. It's 18.
Why do you gotta pay for all y'all food though?
You brought 18 friends. I'm finna leave you. You staying here with them or you coming with me? Are you?
Whoa, bro!
She thinks that calling that man broke is somehow going to motivate him to waste money. I don't understand the logic here.
Got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate checks. I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here.
I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday girl.
You invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay, I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table. I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks, bro?
That was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
Things were different.
He's the only man, but she is strong and independent. She shouldn't need him to pay.
Y'all, hold on. This is my birthday, for real. You're the only man at the table. You're not going to pay the check?
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. Are you kidding me right now?
You're honestly being cheap right now.
Okay, first.
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out.
Are you being Dre, are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women?
I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband.
I'm married.
I'm sorry. I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute.
Thank
I do have a husband.
No, so Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but the rest of y'all, we want to chip in.
Not us splitting checks.
You need to leave.
He never offered to pay for their meals. They just assumed as much. That is their fault.
When a woman says, you ain't a real man if you ain't, because you ain't paying my bills, that is a manipulation in order to trick you into funding her lifestyle. When your homie says to you, you ain't a man if you ain't paying your bills, that is him telling you that you need to step up your game so that you can live better. That's the difference. The woman is saying it from a selfish position because she's going to benefit from it. When your homie tells you that, he's telling you for your own good because he's not going to benefit from it. That's the difference.
If your friend is telling you that, it shows that he actually cares about your future as a man, I would say.
Y'all know what I find very strange? Being a woman and depending on your man to pay for every single thing while you have a job and you just keeping your money. Meanwhile, he's trying to build a future for himself too while you just keep your money and just work and do whatever and not pay for anything. I find that very, very fucking strange. Like, the man has to pay for every single thing that you do. You just keep your money, but then you expect him to build up the household by himself. Like,
They love to say that their money is an escape fund, quote unquote, for after they destroy the relationship, right? There's never any consideration of the man or what he might have afterwards. It's all about her having to protect and keep money after she leaves you.
I'm still trying to get in the wraps of that, like, that theory that y'all got going on. Like, I'm confused. It don't take two? It don't take two no more? Okay.
In her eyes, she's doing her part by simply existing and just being there, nothing more, and honestly usually less.
So it's okay for us to ask a man how he's going to provide, protect, and secure our future, but it's a problem for him to ask us how we going to be the helpmate, the healer of the home, and his rib. We want to be the wife, but we don't want to discuss how. How?
That's because they asses ain't nothing but selfish, materialistic ass little girls. Always want something for nothing. Always worried about a man bank account, but you're right. They ass don't be worrying about how they could be a wife to this man, how they could be his real, how they could be his queen, how they could treat him like a king that he is.
Women like that completely dehumanized men and see a lot of guys as nothing but a lifestyle funder.
And then they wonder why these men get with them and dog their ass out. Because guess what you doing? You dogging him out by taking money from him because that's all you want. So since that's all you want, he give you a little bit of it and he do what the hell he want to. Baby, I want a king because I'm going to be his queen. Checkmate.
You can't build a relationship if all you care about is money. It doesn't actually work that way. And again, this is one of the big reasons why a lot of guys just don't want these women at all. Even if that man might be incredibly wealthy, he's just going to be disgusted.
Let me get this straight. A man can't text you guys, what are you doing, because you got $2,000-$3,000 worth of monthly bills? I don't think you're really out here looking for like a real man, like an alpha man, a king, somebody who can teach you, guide you, lead you, somebody that you can actually build a foundation with, you know, get some genuine chemistry going. Y'all not looking for that. Y'all are out here looking for somebody to help you. Y'all are out here looking for a sponsor, somebody to sponsor your lifestyle. Because I'm trying to understand, when did it become a man's responsibility to even give you anything during the dating phase? A man is not responsible for your monthly bills in the dating phase. You're not his woman.
It's a corrupted take on traditionalism. She gets to be modern, she gets to be non-traditional, but the man has to do everything and he has to be traditional.
And what makes you think that a man does not have his own bills, his own responsibilities? That is why a lot of you ladies cannot enjoy the dating phase, because you are out here dating for all the wrong reasons. When you are dating somebody, it should really only be about just seeing if you and this person got a connection. Can we build together? Are we on the same page? Do we got the same beliefs, the same values? Something along those lines. But y'all get so frustrated. Well, he keep texting me what you doing and he ain't asking me how much is my rent and my car note. That's not his problem.
Why should a man pay the rent of some woman that he's dating? That makes absolutely no sense. These women are essentially just night workers at this point.
A real man is not getting ready to lead with his money. Only an insecure man lead with his money. There is some man that will give you money in the first couple of months, but that's a man that don't know himself. A man that knows himself, he's going to find out a turnoff that you're even asking him for money. Allow that man to give you that good gesture. A man that is genuinely interested in you, he's going to see any type of weight that he can lift off of you, so you wouldn't have to ask to begin with. But if you ladies are out here drowning in your own monthly bills like that, to the point where you frustrated and can't date somebody for the genuine reasons, then you shouldn't be dating.
If they want a man to provide for them, then they should look harder for an actual job, I would say.
You need to go worry about your bills, get them situated, and then come back to the dating field, because your bills is nobody else's responsibility but your own. As long as a man is respecting you, making time for you, and he's showing you that he is consistently interested, that is all you should be asking for in the dating phase. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all begging way too much. That's dry begging. That's what that is.
It seems like there's very little difference these days between a modern woman and a panhandler, which is a little bit sad. Make sure you click on one of the videos on screen now to watch more if you liked today's video. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.